me ask you a question. Do you know the one word difference between legends and normal people in business? One word. And it's a very difference because one of the things I've studied over the last 30 years, 40 years, whatever it is legends, what they, how they think, what they do, how they act. Why did they get to that level? And other people don't even look at that level. But the biggest difference, the one word difference between legends and everyone else is actually surprising. What are you expecting to happen in your life, in your success, in your business in the future? Think about that. What are you expecting to happen in your life, in your business, in your future? Are you expecting or anticipating? That's the difference. Are you expecting? Are you anticipating? Because the challenge that a lot of people have is they don't know the difference. They say, well, it's the same thing. No, it's not. It's far from it because legends don't expect, they anticipate in a very aggressive way. Expecting is waiting on something. Did you get that? And it's a very passive and it's a weak form of moving anything forward. And as a matter of fact, when you expect, you really don't move anything forward because it's a passive place to be. Expecting is waiting on something that eventually may show up. You're expecting it, but also it possibly may not show up. But when you expect it, that means that you're passively waiting on something in your life, in your business, whatever it is. And a lot of people, for whatever reason, they expect in a manner that works against them. I know a lot of people that say, well, I'm expecting this to happen, but I'll look at them and say, well, why aren't you anticipating it? Because expecting is waiting for something to happen. Anticipation is looking for something to happen and then going after it. Did you get that? Anticipation is a whole lot more aggressive, a whole lot more focused on action, a whole lot more focused on going after it because expecting is just waiting for something to happen. And it's kind of like sitting in a boat and you're fishing and you're waiting. I expect a fish to come by any moment, and that's expecting. It doesn't have the aggressiveness of anticipation. What is anticipation? Anticipation is diving into the water and looking for fish. It is going after what you want because anticipation, when you look for something, that means that you're expecting it to show up now. You're expecting it to show up soon, not just whenever it gets here. And there's a huge difference in the marketplace between expecting and anticipating. Expecting, again, is waiting on something. And when you wait, guess what? You get into that habit and you wait and you wait and you wait and you wait and you wait, and it still doesn't occur because a lot of times that focus, that energy works against you. But when you anticipate something and you're literally looking for something to happen and you're going after it, you got a much better chance of finding it because now you're not just sitting and expecting. What you're doing is you're saying, okay, I'm going after it. I'm going to find it, and I'm not going to wait on it to get here. I'll wait on nothing. I'm going to make sure that I find this, so I'm going to go out and look for it. Expectation is hoping it'll show up. Oh, Lord, please let it show up. Nothing wrong with that. Don't get me wrong. You're hoping, but anticipation is knowing it will show up. Did you get that? Expectation, what the mediocre do, the average, they're hoping that it shows up. Anticipation is knowing that it's going to show up, and that's why you're going to meet it halfway. That's how legends do, and that's what legends do. Expectation requires patience. Anticipation requires movement. Did you get that? Expectation requires patience. Anticipation requires movement. And that's the difference between legends and non-legends. That's the difference between the mediocre and average and people that crush it. Because people that expect are used to having patience and waiting, but people that anticipate, they're used to moving towards it and meeting it halfway down the road on the way towards you. And see, the more aggressive and the more anticipation that you have about something, the more, and I don't know how it works, only God does, but the more it seems to show up quicker because you now are going after it and doing things to make it reveal itself, doing things for it to show up in a way that you maybe didn't even expect it to. Now, I had some people say, oh, come on, Doug. Expectation, anticipation, they're all the same. No, they're not. See, this is the difference between the average and people that make it happen in a big way. Expectation moves in slow motion. Anticipation is jet fuel and moves in a very quick fashion. And when you have a business, when you work in a profession, or when you just want to get something done, doesn't matter whether it's sports or anything else, you can't expect and move in a slow motion. You have to move aggressively. You can build a nice life with expectations. Let's be real. I know people right now that they expected things to work out and everything, and even though they worked out a lot different and a lot longer than they thought, you can build a nice life. But you can build wealth with anticipation. And the reason why is because the more that you anticipate, the more energy that comes forth for that particular thing you're anticipating, because expectation is more mental. It is more thinking. Anticipation is more energy. It's more emotional. And this is why that you can make a nice life with expectations, but if you want to create wealth, build a business, build a 7-8 figure business, you're going to have to move back and say, okay, I draw a line in the sand. I'm not expecting anything anymore. I'm anticipating it. And I'm going to light a fire, and I'm not going to sit around and wait on it. I'm going to get off my butt, and I'm going to go down that road, and I'm going to find what I'm looking for and make it happen. That's anticipation. And see, this is why that most people don't teach this. They think it's the same thing. It's not. Expectation is passive. Anticipation is energy and aggressive. And if you're thinking, well, I'm not that aggressive, you can still anticipate by moving a little at a time, a little every day, a little every week, a little every month, going after what you want versus expecting it to show up. Again, you can either pray and a fish comes by and you hook one, or you can dive in there and take his big net and get them all. This is one of the reasons why that we do YouTube. This is the reason why that we do long form, because we want you to understand these things make a difference, even though most people don't teach them. These things make a huge difference. When somebody is in front of a prospect and they're expecting good things, the prospect will feel warmth. But when somebody's in front of a prospect and the leader is anticipating huge things, they're going to feel fire. And there's a difference between a little nice warm, that's nice, and fire that absolutely lifts you up, gets you excited, gets you energized, gets you in motion, and says, I don't know where you're going, but I'm going with you. I don't know what your product is, but I'm going to get it. That is what I'm talking about. Expectation versus anticipation. Expecting is passive. Anticipation is very proactive. So guys, I hope this helps you, because again, this is one of those things, little nuances, just a little bitty itty understanding that makes a humongous difference in how you approach things that you expect versus anticipate. And let me tell you something. The moment you switch it, the moment you move it, the moment you step over the line saying, I'm no longer going to expect, I'm going to anticipate, something shifts in your subconscious, and watch what happens to your business, to your relationships, and to your success. Guys, like, share, subscribe, get yourself a fire journal, join the fire family, because this is where we're doing things here. This is going to get crazy with content that nobody teaches. But you need to know. There's going to be tactics and strategies and all that, but right now we're just warming up, because this is something I believe with all my heart that's going to help you get to that level that you know that you can, but you just haven't been able to quite reach. You're going to reach it. You're going to knock it out of the park, and we're going to help you. Like, subscribe, share, spread the fire.